all hurting in some area. We're all dealing with something. We're all dealing with some family issue or some financial issue or some issue with our child or right with our health or something. We all have something. Can you play hurt? Does everything have to be exactly in its spot in order for you to give 110%, right? Do you play hurt? Can you play hurt? It's such an important thing to understand as we move through this journey of life that there's going to be more times that you do not feel like doing it. There's going to be more times that you are playing hurt. There's more times that there's things that will come to distract you and knock you off of the path. We have goals set for 2025. I promise you, there will be distractions next year that knock you off the path of getting towards your goal. The question is, can you play hurt? Can you play when things start knocking you off your path? Can you still go down the right course, right? I'm thinking of the word focus. Follow one course until successful. Can you still keep going down that path even though you're hurt? It's important. It's an important lesson. Can't win today unless you focus on today. His morning message. You can't win today unless you focus on today. So are you focused on your daily routine, your daily habits? What is happening in this moment? What's happening today? Are you focused on that? Because if you focus on today, you can win today. If you focus on the things you need to do when you wake up in the morning, these are the things you have to get done today. These are the emotional, mental, spiritual things that I have to get done today. If you can focus on that, you can win the day. And when you stack a bunch of wins, that's how you get to the ultimate life you're trying to get to, the life you don't need a break from, right? If you stack little wins, you stack daily wins, but you got to focus on your wins today. So what wins are you going after today? Or is today just another day? I wake up, I do the same thing. I go to job, I take care of the kids, I do this, I eat, I come home, I make some dinner, I go to sleep, I watch. Like, is that the day? Because you can't win that day if you're not intentional and focused on the day, on what the goals are that you've set before yourself today. So you got to focus on today. He talked about a morning routine. How many times have y'all heard me talk about a morning routine? What do I say? First 20, 30 minutes of your day should be yours. He might take, Coach Prime takes longer. He's like, don't talk to me unless I talk to you. If I'm in my office, he knows, right? Like, there's something to be said about you taking control of your day by taking control of your morning. Success leaves clues. I didn't just think of this, right? Coach Prime didn't just think of this. We started to realize that these are the things that allow us to be successful. These are the things that allow us to get through the day when you have a lot of responsibilities, when all your 24 hours are yours, when you have to go produce and make things happen, right? You have to now take control of your morning. You have to be like, hey, this is mine. I don't let anybody in because I have to put on my full armor, right? I have to put on the full armor. I have to make sure that I'm ready and prepared for this day. So again, these are things you can adapt. These are things that you can put in to your life by just saying, hey, when I wake up, 2025, brand new year. Every morning I wake up, first 20, 30 minutes are mine. If that means I got to wake up 30 minutes earlier than I normally am doing, then that's what it's got to be. But I got to take this time for me to not let the world in, to not let my responsibilities in, to figure out what's going on in me, what's up in my mind, what's up in my body, where am I spiritually? Like, I need that moment every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, every single day. Coach Prime said the exact same thing. And again, success leaves clues. So I just want you to pick up on those things. He said he doesn't have bad days. He said he might have a bad moment, doesn't have a bad day. Why? Because he knows he controls his actions and his attitude. The stuff we talk about. We've talked about this all year. The only two things you can control are your actions and your attitude. That's it. Can't control anything else that's happening. But you have the remote control to your attitudes. Like, you control that. So if you are choosing to be in a bad mood all day, you're choosing that. It's a choice. If you are feeling anxious and depressed, and like, these are choices that you make because you hold the remote control to your life, to your emotional state, to your actions, to to your attitude. You hold the key. So you heard Coach Prime say, "Hey, I don't have bad days. Doesn't mean I don't have bad moments. Doesn't mean I don't get pissed off of some things. Doesn't mean that, like, I don't have these adversities. I just don't allow it to affect my entire 24 hours. It might affect me for an hour. It might affect me for 2 or 3, but nothing will affect me for 24 hours that God gave me." It's such a powerful part of learning how to master yourself, is not having a full bad day or a bad week or a bad month. Like, that's just a choice, because you can choose your actions, you can choose your attitude. How do we choose our attitude, right? We change the things that we're consuming. That's how you change it. Anyways, no bad days. You have the remote control. Sometimes you got to separate yourself, he said. Sometimes you got to separate yourself. Sometimes you got to go off to the mountain. Sometimes you got to step away. This is a good time right now because we're heading into a new year. Maybe this is the time to isolate yourself for a day. Maybe this is the time to get yourself to the place where you're like, "Hey, I need to take some time to really jot down my thoughts, to really think, to really soak in where I'm at and where I'm trying to go." Sometimes you have to separate yourself. It's too noisy. It's too noisy around you. There's too much chatter. There's too much stuff happening, and it's not allowing you to stop and just think and just pause and just think about your life and just get to the place you want to, right? There's too much distraction. So sometimes you have to remove yourself from the distractions. You have to remove yourself from society. You have to remove yourself from your daily interactions just so you have some time to get clear on what it is that you want. That's right. Dana put it in the chat. Change your mindset, you change your life. That's right. Change your thinking, you change your life. And these are the ways that we're going to change how we think so that the outcomes can change. These are small shifts in how you think about your life, right? Playing hurt, right? Focusing on today, having a morning routine. These are mindset shifts that you make decisions about that then give you better outcomes, because that's what you're trying to get to. You're trying to get to better outcomes. But these are the things. No bad days. Separate yourself. Hey, I wrote this question down, which is a good question. Is there anyone near you that makes you uncomfortable? Is there anyone in your peer group, in your circle, that has the ability to make you uncomfortable? Or is everyone you're around comforting? Is everyone you're around like just very comforting people? They make you they make you feel good. Or do you have anyone in your life that makes you uncomfortable, that has a bit higher of a standard? We talked about this on another call, that like when you get around them, like, their standard for things are just a little bit higher than yours. So you get a little uncomfortable, right? Like their standards for their health are just a little bit higher than yours. So when you go out to eat with them, you're like, I don't order the fried food around them because I know I want it, but they make me a little uncomfortable. So I'll get the salad here, right? Do you have anybody like that pushes you? Do you have anybody that challenges the way you think? I just got off of a call yesterday with a really good friend, and he was having a conversation with me about some marital things in some areas where he was like, I think I'm done. I think I'm done here, right? I'm not gonna kind of move forward in this marriage. It's been a long time, blah blah blah. Like, we were just having some conversations, and I challenged him. I challenged him on his thinking. I was like, yeah, I know sometimes when we're in isolation and we just kind of come up with these thoughts ourselves, right? We can perpetuate our own, right? Our own flesh. It's like, oh, this is how I think and this is why I justify it. And we go all the way down the path. But then you talk to someone that challenges you and you're like, yeah, well, maybe you shouldn't think about it this way. Maybe you should think about it this way. I'm married too, and here's something I deal with. So I know if I deal with this, you can deal with that, right? And just pushing back, just making them a little uncomfortable, just challenging. You need people like that in your life. This is why coaches and mentors and people around you like are important, because they challenge how you think. They challenge, right, your level, your standards. What you believe is good, someone else has a higher standard. So you got to start getting around some people, ladies and gentlemen, in 2025. If you don't have it around you, you got to start getting around some people that make you uncomfortable, that push you, that challenge you. It's one thing to see it in the sports arena, where you have a coach and the coach is constantly leading you and making you uncomfortable. But like you need that in your own life. Like you need people that like push you and be like, yeah, you shouldn't think about it that way. No, you're underperforming. No, I know you can do better than that. No, that's not how we think of things. No, we got to change this. Like you need that. We all need that in our life. I challenge you in 2025 to go after that. Last two things I put were confidence and humility, right? Confidence, if there's something to pay attention to in 2025, it's your ability to raise your level of confidence. You have to raise your level. There's some areas that you feel insecure. There's some areas that you feel less than. We got to start raising our level of confidence in 2025. You have to be more confident in yourself and in your abilities. By the way, Coach Prime told you how to do that. You got to get prepared, right? You have to prepare. The more you prepare, the more confident you are. The more you study for a test, the more confident you are that you're going to pass the test. The more that he studied his opponents, the more that Coach Prime studied Jerry Rice or his opponents, the more confident he felt at going against them, right? At challenging, at playing the game. So that's how life is. You're going to need some confidence in 2025 to make some more money. You're going to need some confidence to fix your health. You're going to need some confidence to go build that business. You're going to need some confidence in order to get your family life in the right place. Like you're going to need some of these things. So you got to start getting prepared. You got to use 20. If you're not prepared, you got to use 2025 to get prepared, to study something, to get good at something so that you can build your confidence in that area. This was going to be, I'm not going to share, but this is one of the 177 mental toughness secrets, right? It's that the world class possesses supreme confidence. You want to get to a world class level, you have to raise your level of confidence. Like Coach Prime said, it's not arrogance, right? There's a humility that comes with it, but just knowing that you know something, knowing that you know gives you confidence. Every time you step into an arena that you want to dominate, you want to do something great in, like you got to be prepared. That's what gives you the confidence to make it happen. So what are the areas in your life in 2025 that you need to grow some confidence, that you need to build, right? You need to get more prepared so that you can feel more confident in those areas. You know those things for yourself. If not, again, take some time now, today, tomorrow, and start jotting down, man, these are some areas I got to grow my confidence. I'm not too confident in this area. I'm a little insecure in this area. I'm a little underprepared in this area. That's why I don't have confidence in it because I'm underprepared. So we got to use 2025 as a year to start preparing and making sure that we are building the confidence we need to go off and design the life that we don't need a break from. You gotta know that you possess, like you can possess these things. You can possess confidence and humility, but you gotta work towards this stuff. It doesn't just come, right? It doesn't just fall on you and all of a sudden one day you're confident, right? You have to practice. You have to be prepared. So that's my challenge to all of you as we head into a brand new year, y'all. As we head into a brand new year, it's time to start getting confidence. Time to start paying attention to some of these things. Y'all have been listening to the words, now be doers of these words, right? You've been on these calls all year. You've continued to take it in and right, let the seeds be planted and now start watering the seeds. Now it's time to start doing the work, right? Now we got to start doing the work in order to get to that life that we're asking for. So again, right, some things to take from Coach Prime as I wrote down. Can you play hurt? Right? Focusing on today. That's how you win today. Get your morning routine in order. If you don't learn anything else from me, I'll tell you, just get your morning routine in order. It will bless your life. I tell you this all the time. I take the first 20, 30 minutes of my day, and I normally get the last 20 or 30 minutes of my day. I bookend my day. Everybody else gets all the rest of the time. But my first 20, 30 minutes and my last 20, 30 minutes are always mine. That's why I don't get burnt out. And I have lots of people to talk to and lots of people to pour into and lots of conversations to be had and lots of responsibilities. But I found that that has allowed me to be more successful. So I'm always going to pass that down to you. Coach Prime told you the same thing. No bad days. You control your actions and your attitude. Learn to separate yourself. Get around people that make you uncomfortable. Get around some people that push that challenge you, that say you're better than this. This is not your standard. You should not live at this place. That should be your peer group. That should be the people that you spend the most time with. It'll grow you tremendously. But if everyone you're around just is at the same spot as you, or just comforts you, or says it's going to be okay, or at least you have this, or right, they keep you at that low level, you're not going to grow. You're not going to get to the place you need to. So you got to get around people that challenge you, and we got to get prepared so we can build our confidence in 2025, ladies and gentlemen. That's the blueprint. That's how we do this heading into a brand new year. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve to win. 2025 is going to be a better year than 2024 as long as you do the work. As long as you do the work, right? It is contingent on the fact that you do the work. If you don't do the work, it's likely that 2025 will look just like 2024, if not worse, right? Life doesn't, right? Life is uphill. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. If you're not growing, you're dying. It's not just steady. It's not going to be the same. It's going to be worse. But how do we shift it? We get better. You get more intentional. You start thinking about some of these things more and applying it more, and good stuff is going to happen, y'all. Uh, I think I'll be here Wednesday. I think. I don't think I have anything Tuesday night. So I think I'll be here Wednesday for our first morning mindset call of 2025. I'll make sure that I'm here for it. You guys be here for it too. Have a very safe, happy new year, y'all. And we'll be back in a couple of days. Love you guys. Have a good one.